Hello everyone. COVID-19 had been showing various immense impacts on our day-to-day lives, and it has even affected so many fields, especially the healthcare sector. And one of the major group of people who are affected in the healthcare dentistry are dentists. So we are here to show how COVID-19 had taken a toll on dentistry. Basically, dentists are regarded as tooth fairy because they are the ones who are taking care of the patient's oral healthcare needs. So the primary functions of dentists is to examine, diagnose, and treat various oral diseases. So there are few basic responsibilities of dentists, irrespective of the place they live. They have common roles and responsibilities, that is assessment of the disease and motivating patients about the preventive measures and prophylactic treatments before the progression of disease. And dentists are even well versed with certain surgical procedures based on the problem which the patient comes across. And his main function is to maintain the records also. But due to this COVID-19, dentists have to modify their work environment and workspace accordingly. And now I'm going to tell you how it is. So dentists are the most affected group because they are the people who are working directly with the patient, and they are in direct contact with the saliva and blood. So we all know that saliva plays a very major role in the spread of COVID-19. Hence, dentists have to be very careful, not only preventing the infecting them, but also in the spread of this novel coronavirus. So that is by taking precautionary measures like following disinfection protocols and wearing PPE kits. And dentists can extend their helping hands to the country by helping various health organizations in screening various oral patients by learning how to take nasopharyngeal swabs. And dentists can also be helpful to the research people by letting them know if they come across any weird or different kind of oral manifestations of COVID-19 symptoms. So now my friend Shiti is going to take over about various lessons that COVID-19 had taught dentists.
The challenges the dentists face during COVID-19 are potential source of transmission, proper leadership, lack of adequate emergency fund, decreased workforce, negligence and reluctancy, use of latest products and equipments. First, coming to the potential source of transmission, dentists are at high risk of COVID-19 virus as they are under direct exposure to patients by treating problems related to oral cavity. Hence, they can easily come in contact with patients' saliva, blood, aerosols, which are the possible ways of transmission of disease, and they are highly risk oriented. Next, lack of adequate emergency fund. With onset of pandemic, dental costs have been spiked up. It not only include the treatment cost but also cost of the materials. But currently, it also includes the cost of protective equipment and cost of digital transition. Next, coming to the proper leadership. Current pandemic scenario demands adequate leadership for designing of appropriate protocols timely, maintaining a health and safe environment, prioritizing patients' condition, assessing and scheduling work hours or shift based on health status of the staff. Next, coming to the decreased workforce. With increasing transmission and death rates, many health professionals like nurse, dental assistant, dental hygienist are unable to meet the performance requirement due to risk involves increasing the stress and anxiety and quitting the job. This necessitates the rescheduling, postponing appointments, which leads to complications and higher treatment interventions. Next, coming to negligence and reluctancy. People are currently reluctant to visit the dental office for treatments, and they are even neglecting to get tested and informing the dental staff, and thus increasing the chances of spread, especially when patients are asymptomatic. Further, follow-up which has been difficult as patients might avoid following the given post-operative instructions and protocols that leading to inadequate outcomes. Use of latest products and equipments. The higher rate of transmission demanded the need of seeking new products to control the infection and maintain safety. For example, new product molecular iodine rinse is now frequently used in dental office as it helps in deactivating the SARS-CoV-2 inside the oral cavity. Next, the strategies are taken over by my friend Prasanna.
Effective management of risks and emergencies can be achieved by following proper strategies and planning. Here we are recommending 6 strategies as a part of our presentation. 1. Infection control protocol. Every person in the dental office should follow the safety measures which have been suggested, like wearing mask and gloves, following social distancing in the waiting rooms, use of sanitizer, and every healthcare provider who are in direct contact with the patient should use PPE kits, face shield, and double mask. Temperature checks are mandatory, and screening of patients at the entrance of dental office is essential. And every dentist or the healthcare providers in the dental office are recommended to perform the treatment procedures in airborne precautions, like performing in negative pressure rooms using suction, rubber dams, four-handed dentistry with PPE kits, etc., to prevent cross-contamination. Further, the treatment procedures are suggested to perform with prior pre-operative mouth rinse using 0.5 to 1% hydrogen peroxide or 0.2% povidone iodine that helps in reducing the loads of the COVID virus in the saliva. Additionally, endodontic procedures can be performed by using 1% dilute solution of sodium hypochlorite. Use of resorbable sutures help in avoiding further appointments for suture removal, and maintaining dry environment as much as possible. Following good hand hygiene is recommended. And we further encourage research and innovative procedures in minimizing or eliminating the aerosol production inside the dental office. Providing dental health education and preventive dental care. Providing appropriate awareness on oral hygiene maintenance at homes, like use of floss, mouthwashes, gels, paste, that helps in managing the conditions right from the preliminary stages, and thus avoiding unnecessary clinical visits or further clinical visits which require face-to-face consultation. Use of dashboards that provide necessary information on education models, identification of oral signs and symptoms, steps for self-management or self-care, and preventing and managing many oral conditions like gingivitis, sensitivity, ulcers, calculus formations, etc. Further, we recommend teledentistry. It is a combination of telecommunications and dentistry. Here, we utilize the online platforms for consultations and video conferencing, which help in managing patients with non-emergency and elective interventions, and also the patients from the remote areas, and also help us in triaging the patients with non-elective or emergency complaints based on the status of their condition. Further, it helps us in obtaining a detailed history about the patient, avoiding the direct consultation for the history and treatment planning. Further, it can also be used for COVID-19 infection history using the screening forms that aids in treatment planning beforehand and also streamlines the service delivery. Here is an example of the teledentistry treatment protocol. Post-operatively, teledentistry can also be used for patient monitoring and also providing further consultations timely online. Following the COVID-19 protocols and the recommendations that are provided on the official websites like WHO, CDC, and Canada.ca regarding new aspects like billing and coding while using the teledentistry, policies and procedures on telehealth, and also the guidance on minimizing the COVID-19 spread in the dental offices. It also suggests regarding the toolkits on reopening and resuming the dental care facilities for all the treatments with increased use of disinfection and PPE protocols. We further emphasize on the dental insurance plan, which have to include the cost of the spiking rates of the disinfection and the treatment protocols, which have to be followed in every dental office, which can be a huge burden for certain facilities. Lastly, we recommend redesigning and planning. This includes scheduling the appointments with proper time difference and breaks, which help us in following the disinfection protocol, and also it gives a sufficient time in maintaining social distances in the waiting room, etc. Avoid bringing attendants to the dental office unless recommended by the dentist. Ordering the lab tests and imaging prior to the face-to-face appointment. This helps in minimizing the direct consultations. Further, it helps in developing new treatment protocols in pharmacological management of dental complaints and developing minimally invasive alternatives. These are the recommendations and strategies which we suggest. Here are the references for our presentation. Thank you.